and welcome to the program. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Kimaloye in Abuja. Let's begin by all reminding those who are involved or the stakeholders who should have taken action or who should be doing something about the continued strike action by the university lecturers who have down tool for the past few weeks. In fact, since February, the ASU strike has lingered, going off and on because the government has not been able to meet the demands of the university lecturers. And this is to the detriment of the students who have continued to stay at home idle. They say the idle's hand is the devil's workshop, appealing to all those involved to take action now and stop this national embarrassment. Tonight, we'll be showing you our exclusive interview with the governor-elect of Osun State. Senator Adeleke has been telling Channel Television of how he defeated Governor Oyetola and how he will govern the state. Stay with me, everyone, because tonight, you will be hearing exclusive from him for the first time since he was declared governor. Well, let's tell you that Governor Seyi Makinde's deputy, Mr. Rauf Olaniyan, has been impeached as the deputy governor, and lawmakers in the state assembly gave the approval today after impeachment process. Mr. Olaniyan was impeached by the lawmakers over allegations of misconduct. The decision to impeach him was reached after the lawmakers presented and considered a recommendation of the 7-man panel set up by the Chief Judge, Munta Abimbola, to investigate him over allegations of gross misconduct and abuse of office. The impeachment, according to the Assembly, takes immediate effect. All the 23 PDP lawmakers at the plenary today voted in support of the recommendations of the panel. The investigative panel was set up last week to investigate at least 5 allegations contained in a petition against Mr. Olaniyan. The Oyo State House of Assembly has approved the nomination of Bayo Lawal as the state deputy governor.
Pursuant to section 188(9) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, that the Deputy Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Engineer Rauf Olaniyan, stand removed from the office with effect from today, Monday, 18 July 2022. Those in favor that the House do adopt the recommendation in this report, say aye. Aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. On this day, 18 July 2022, the Deputy Governor, His Excellency Engineer Rauf Olaniyan, stands removed.
And so, that was how Mr. Rauf Olaniyan ceased to be the deputy governor of Osun State after the Assembly in Oyo State took its decision to impeach him. Before we get to hear from Senator Adeleke, the Osun State governor-elect, let's check out some of your political roundup stories.
The New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, has officially presented its running mate and vice presidential candidate. The event held in Abuja, where leaders of the party spoke on the need for the party to win the 2023 presidential election and the strength of the Kwankwaso Idahosa ticket.
We are at a critical moment as a nation, and our unity and tenacity as a people is being tested.
The All Progressives Grand Alliance APGA candidate for the House of Representatives for Ezza North and Ishielu Federal Constituency in Ebonyi State, Mr. Nwabasi, made the clarification as he addressed journalists on current developments regarding who is the substantive candidate for APGA.
Nothing, come sun, come rain, that Anates will be substituted with my name.
The African Democratic Congress, ADC in Kogi State, has received a large number of defectors from opposition political parties across the 3 local governments in Yagba Federal Constituency of the state. The House of Representatives member from the constituency, Mr. Adeleke Abejide, received the new members in Isanlu in Yagba East Federal Constituency. Mr. Abejide describes the defection as an indication of the dominance of the ADC in the state ahead of the 2023 general elections.
You can see the mammoth crowd. We have over 5,000 decampees today. In fact, we have to even reduce the number because of the people that are coming. If we are to provide buses for them, here cannot contain.
Ahead of the 2023 general elections, the Nigeria Police Force has organized a strategic leadership training for top commanders of mounted troops from across the country to bring them up to date with modern policing and mounted crowd control mechanisms, especially at polling units, collation centers, and final result computing venues. The Commissioner of Police, Mounted Troop Force Headquarters Abuja, Idris Nagoyo, stated this in Jos while charging police managers as technical officers to provide leadership in their immediate local environment and exhibit professionalism, loyalty, and courage to move the entire nation to the next level in relation to internal security.
The fast-changing dynamics of crime and attendant increasing threats to security require quality police managers that have the requisite professional knowledge, experience, and competency.
And the defeat of the All Progressives Congress in the just concluded governorship election in Osun State will not affect the chances of the presidential candidate of the party in next year's election, but will rather brighten and show his acceptability in the southwestern zone of the country. This is the view of various speakers at the get-together of the North Central Zone of the Tinubu Support Organization held in Ilorin, Kwara State. Leaders and state coordinators of the Tinubu Support Organization stated this in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, as part of consultation to sensitize stakeholders on the need to sell the candidature of Bola Tinubu.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. The Osun State governorship election has been won and lost, and different political parties are already looking at how the process went, analyzing and appraising the process. Senator Adeleke of the People's Democratic Party of the PDP was declared winner. He defeated incumbent Governor Boyega Oyetola of the All Progressives Congress APC. Senator Adeleke, a 62-year-old former senator, riding on the back of a campaign aimed at developing the state and retrieving what he says is a stolen mandate, secured 403,371 votes, 28,344 more than his closest rival, the incumbent governor, Governor Oyetola, who could only muscle 375,027 votes. It appears Senator Adeleke is ready to take on the task of governing Osun State. We sat down on Sunday with him and started by looking at the campaign and how he won. And here is the first part of our exclusive interview with the governor-elect of Osun State, Senator Adeleke. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Senator Adeleke, governor-elect of Osun State. Many congratulations to you on your victory as the governor-elect of Osun State. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Jerry.
How does it feel to be the winner in this race?
I feel good. I feel good. And, you know, because the people of Osun State have been yearning to retrieve their stolen mandate. And it happened yesterday. So I feel good. And I'm proud of the Osun people. And it's just joy galore all the way.
Did you have any inclination that this might not go your way? I mean, you've had a first shot, and this time around, did you have any inclination or do you have any feeling that maybe you might not win at some point?
Well, not really. Because I believe in God so much, and I always have faith. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter. The more you are telling me that I can't do this, I can't do that, the more I'm more determined. Take, for example, when they were talking about my education, blah, blah, like that, I was determined to be a role model. Not that I need it, because I've already, established my business and all that. I don't really need it. But just because I want to be a role model to the young people, even to the adults, So I went back to school to let them know that, look, it's not I can do it.
At the age of 60?
At the age of 60. And I did it. And the reason why I went back to US to complete my education, I didn't want to do it here. If I do it here now, Nigerian factor, my opponent, the one they're going to be saying, oh, maybe I know because of my position, I know one professor, I know one this and that. But in US, there's nothing like that. It's what you have to work hard. You have to study hard.
So you wanted to prove the naysayers wrong?
That's right. That's what I did.
And you achieved that?
And I achieved that. And I'm happy.
How do you feel? You will be the second Adeleke to be governor of Osun State. How does that feel?
Well, but I feel good because all I can say is it's only God that can do that. It's not common. I see it in the Kennedys and all that because when you look at a lot of big politicians and everything, once they die or once they're out of politics, you can never see maybe a family member that just rise up like that. But I think God just, smiled on me. God just smiled on our family. Maybe for our goodies, to people. So I guess, God have a lot to do with it,
President Buhari has congratulated you.
Yeah.
When you saw the message from the president congratulating you, the president is of the APC.
Yes.
When you heard that message, how did it come to you?
Oh, when I heard it, I felt good. I said, well, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria really congratulated me when I saw it. I said, wow, this is good. This is good for our country. Democracy is at play here. And I'm sure after I received my certificate of return from the INEC, me too are planning to go and visit him and see him and tell him thank you for the message, because most of the time, opposition, they don't even congratulate and everything. So maybe he's trying to leave a legacy that he meant the electoral act that he signed, that he meant it. So I'm really happy.
You think President Buhari has some role to play in your victory? Do you think so?
Well, I have to give him credit because if he didn't sign it, there will be room for rigging. Because they did that to me in 2018. But this electoral act, wow, it's great. Because everything is just, when the result was coming out, it was just, bam, bagam. just going inside the, what do you call it?
Osogbo, bagam.
Bagam. It was going in there.
Olorunda,
bagam. And then, bagam. So by the time they knew what was going on, maybe they tried to do it's too late. Everybody got the result.
I mean, come to think of it, the PDP has never held sway in Osogbo, in Olorunda.
Yes.
And you won those local government areas. Yeah. It was a tough battle.
Yeah.
What did you do differently?
What I did differently because I campaigned so hard. During the campaign period. It was a message. That message got to them. And
what was the message?
The message was that, look, our economy is so bad. The roads are terrible. I can do better. Osogbo, as a state capital, need to be given a facelift. And especially the economy, the whole place is, go around Osogbo. You see that the roads are so terrible and everything. So the message was that, look, we can do better economically, even, our health, what are we talking about? And Osogbo need to be beautified as a state capital. And me as an international guy, I know what to do. So I said the message.
Another Edison going into the government house.
Yes.
This time around, it's Senator Jackson, Demola Adeleke.
Yeah.
Has your opponent, the governor, has he reached out to you?
No, not yet. Not yet. Maybe he will do it today or tomorrow, but I'm still expecting him to call me and be civilized about it. And just accept the fate. That's all. This is democracy.
Let's talk about your party. Things went awry. A lot of things didn't go exactly the way you wanted. Mm-hmm. You had a lot of people who left the party. A lot of people were not happy with you. They thought that you took the structure of the party off their hands, and they were not really happy.
Okay.
What is your plan on reconciliation?
Well, the reconciliation has begun, about even a long time ago, talking to them and everything. They thought I took the structure. I did not take any, structure. It was after the structure was formed, and they believed that I'm the candidate to beat. I'm not a candidate. I'm the person to beat. And the Osun State PDP working committee then believed that, look, I've done it before, tested and trusted in 2018. They believed that I should have the first refusal, for me to contest. So, and they believe in me. They say if I can defeat the incumbent in 2018, they look around, they say, please, we know you can do it for us again. And they believe I have what it takes. They have what it takes to do that. So that's why they thought, I hijacked the party and everything. So we've been talking to each other concerning, and you could see the former governor came for the final mega rally, and then it's still on, No victor, no vanquish. Everybody come around.
So are you still going to reach out to,
of course,
perhaps those who did not come around?
Of course, today, Governor has even called me and to congratulate me, and I'm still expecting more people to do that, So, my hands are open to everybody. Let's join hands together and move Osun State.
Hold no grudge against anyone?
I hold no grudge. Why do I need to hold grudge?
And you forgiven anybody?
I've forgiven everybody that offended me. A lot of people offended me, but I'm not God. And God has done it for me.
I mean, if you had the inclination you were going to win, perhaps not with the margin. Because if you look at the margin of between yourself and Governor Oyetola the last time, it was very close. And in a lot of the local governments, the margins were very close. Did you imagine or envisage that if you were going to win at all, defeating an incumbent governor was going to be an uphill task? In fact, after the Ekiti election, when the APC won, you probably would have had some kind of downer in your spirit that maybe Ekiti would have gone, Osun would go the way of Ekiti. But did you think that you were going to win with the margin in which you have won?
I was even thinking more.
You were that confident?
Big time. Because I know, I've studied, Osun people. And I know what they want. I've sent a message. And with that faith that I have, I don't like, from the time that I started, I contested for the Senate in 2017, landslide. The second one, landslide, but they started removing my result until they got to 300 and something or whatever. So I was determined that I would not let it happen. So all the strategies and everything like that, I'm not going to let everybody know our strategy, because you don't reveal your strength, and all that. So that's what we did. I was determined to make sure that it's going to be landslide. I'm not going to let it come close. Because, look, it's not easy to defeat an incumbent anywhere in the world. But I made sure that, because that was what happened the other time, because the margin that was why they were able to manipulate it. But this time around, I said, no way. It's not going to happen. And with faith, and I thank God that it did not happen.
Did you in any way work with Aregbesola, the former governor, Rauf Aregbesola?
No, I did not work with him.
Because there were talks that,
I did not work with Aregbesola. I don't even talk to him. But all I know that this associate, like for example, Kolapo Alimi, during the tribunal, is one of the lawyers that represented Oyetola, then. So anytime I see them in the court, because I'm a civilized person, I will go to them and greet them and say, how are you? How are you doing? It was later that he apologized and he told me that he'd be thinking, why is Senator Adeleke, greeting me? We are trying to mess him up and he's still greeting me. But he later told me that while I was greeting him, I didn't know that I was giving them poison. that somebody, they knew that I won the election and they rigged me out. I was still greeting them. So it was later that I believe that Aregbesola and Oyetola, they fell out. And he came to me, he said he has watched me and everything, that he wants to join, our party. And we gave him, I said, come on in. But just to Aregbe directly, no. But I know a lot of, top APC, they joined and then, work for...
You don't think that perhaps Ralph Aregbesola indirectly worked with you? If his associate and his allies join forces with you, you don't think that maybe there was a tacit support for you from Ralph Aregbesola? Do you think so?
Well, I would not say, I can't answer that. Assuming that I've been talking to Aregbe one way or the other, then I would say that maybe he gave them, go ahead, to support me. Look, these people are grown. They have their own mind, I believe, to decide if they want to join me or not. They believe that I'm the one to beat, and they come to me. So I wouldn't know whether Aregbesola gave them go ahead or not, because I've not been talking to Aregbesola.
In the game of politics, when former governor and the minister Ralph Aregbesola fell out with the governor, Boyega Oyetola, what was going on in your mind?
I said, man, God is good. These are the people that, colluded that time. They were together. Because, Kolak Palimi told me the truth that, yeah, they robbed me. Even the president said it when he came over here, that they won the election through remote control. And I'm sure you heard about that too. So they knew. So there's what they call Olimija. Olimija for me. My head ja for me. So that was what happened, and then they fell out. And that was my own advantage, for that. That paved way for me, to victory too. There are
a lot of, and I'll try to highlight, because a lot of people played a lot of roles. Atiku Abubakar, the likes of Bukola Saraki, and the governors of the APC. We saw Bukola Saraki particularly, who stood by you. He was there. We understand that he's been on the ground since Wednesday.
Yes.
How significant is his role in your victory?
Well, very, very, it's a big time, significant. Because Bukola Saraki, the former Senate president, is like a family. And he believes that, look, he's going to give me all the support. He's going to give me all the support. Then, of course, the likes of our presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, and then the chairman of our National Campaign Council, Governor Diri, Tambua. Governor Shea couldn't make it, but at least he's supported in his own way too. So I appreciate all of them. And Senator Olujimi, the other Olujimi too, it was on ground. So that gave me that courage. Seeing some governors coming together to support it. That did not happen in 2018. But this time around, it happened. And when they saw crowd, can you imagine? A state government, we applied for a venue, the venue of the stadium that you guys, the APC, used on last Tuesday, and our own final mega rally is on Thursday. They deny us. Not until 2 a.m. when they keep calling me. I say, you know what? We have our secretariat. Let's go and use our secretariat. Let's manage it. It's the message that we want to give our people. But people troop out to receive our visitors, to receive our governor, to receive our presidential candidate and the vice presidential candidate, Okowa, on the street that day. So it turned out to be something good for us.
It does look like family was everything in this race for you.
Yes.
You had the support of your family.
Oh my!
Your brother, Dr. Adeleke.
Yes.
I mean, there are videos that have gone viral about how you were so emotional when you were announced the winner. And they talked about your sister also,
yes.
the popular Sister Dupe. Yes. That's what she's called, isn't it?
Yeah. She's not my mother, but my late mother. Now she took over.
So she's sitting as your mother.
As my mother, at 62, she's still telling me what to do. Well, like my mother, but I love her. I love her because she meant well for me.
Yeah. But I mean, what did it mean to them? Did you get monetary support from your brother too?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, big time. Oh my God. My brother called me, he told me, he said, Demola, listen, you don't have anything to be ashamed of. You contested 2 elections and you won both. The second one, they stole it from you. But this one, because we are going there to serve, we are going there to help the people of Osun State out of poverty, out of slavery. We're going to do it, and I'm going to still support you, whatever that it takes. Financially, monetarily, man, it don't look back. So that is why I have to do what I have to do, because I don't know what else.
So he gave you all the backing?
Backing.
He gave you a lot of money?
A lot of money.
He supported you everywhere. And Sister Dupe was also behind you, like a mother.
Like a mother behind me.
With her hands over your shoulder.
Me. Let me tell you something, we are so close, because when we were growing up, I was the last one, but at the same time, the family elected me as the president of the Adeleke family. So I always take advantage of that, because sometimes I was just like, okay, hey, Chibi, you're my mommy. Go and pay this bill. Go and pay. He said, go and use your own money. Go and use your own money. I said, I will withdraw you from being my mother. But if my mother is alive, he will do the same thing. So I used to tease her like that, and I always get her. And I do the same thing. We are so close. Our father, made us and my mother for us to be close, and I wish all family can be like that. We are so tight. We are so close. We do things together. A lot of people don't understand that. We do things together. And that's why I have to do what I have to do, to prostrate for my brother and hug him, crying on him that, listen, brother, I love you. And thank you so much.
Did this situation ever make you remember your brother, Senator Isiaka?
All the time. This victory, I dedicate it to him, because he taught me how to.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I know it could be emotional. That's okay.
The first is every governor of Osun State, Adeleke, his spirit still lives. He died for this cause. He wanted to be the governor to save our people out of slavery. And look at what happened. He died because of this cause. And I'm so happy that his spirit still lives. The younger brother, he was the first executive governor of Osun State, that the younger brother, now a governor-elect. I thank you, God, because his spirit still lives. I love him so much because he trained me. He trained me.
It's okay. It's okay. And I think it's okay to be emotional for someone who you love.
Yes.
I mean, it shows that you miss him. But what does your nephew, Davido,
yes,
what does it remind you of? How much of support? It seems he threw himself into the arena just for your cause.
Yes, he did that in 2018. He did that in 2018, and it just because Davido and my sons, my kids, they all grew up together. I trained them together, dancing competition, all that. So they are used
Did you teach him how to dance?
Of course, all of them. Even my son. Be red, be red, and then sit around, all of them, they'll be dancing. And I have a daughter, that one is the best dancer. Adeleke. That one is always winning them. We dance them and everything. So even my son, I've gone and buy this drum and everything. Is very good in beating drum because I can beat drum too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love music. and all that. After I was supposed to be a musician in the family.
But Davido has taken that from you.
He has taken over, Bilal has taken over. You know, during the time when we were growing up, our parents doesn't encourage us to be a musician or go into army or go into police and all that. So, you know, so I had to just give it and go for business. But I'm glad that they pick it up. And they're doing very well.
So, I mean, when you saw the video took to the street in your support and campaigning for you,
yes,
how did you feel?
I felt good. Say, wow, this our family is fantastic family.
You think that act by the video pull any effect?
Yeah, it pull effect too. See, with my own popularity as the dancing senator now turned to dancing governor. You know,
and for those who said you have danced your way into the government house,
big time. I said it happened. And
you're not ashamed of it.
I'm not ashamed of it. You know, I told them that look, there's time for everything.
Yeah,
time to do. You see, a lot of people that was in the Senate. You know, a lot of people to underrate me. When I was in the Senate, the only thing everybody thought was, oh, this guy is not serious. The only thing he knows is to enjoy and dance. I said, okay, no problem. So when he comes to my work, they say, wow. So you are even good at your work? I said, there's time for everything. But when it comes to dance, I will dance.
So when you become governor, you create time for dancing too?
Big time. Entertainment will be one of the things I will bring. You know, entertainment is a big business here. Now, in Africa, Nigeria has captured Africa in terms of entertainment. I will make Osun State. Osun State is a cultural, a state.
It's rich in culture.
Rich in culture. So entertainment, I will bring entertainment here. Maybe build entertainment village. Like, just imagine maybe in the next 1 year or so, Davido will come and do concert with B-Red and some artists, all of them come and do concert here. See how much it will fetch Osun State. So entertainment is a big business and all that. So that would be part of our program, in the nearest future.
Quite interesting. I just wanted us to look at some of the interesting behind the scenes events that led to your victory. But let's look at some of the real issues that will come to play. You probably now start to think of how to govern. Now you start to think, plan yourself and put yourself together on how to govern. There are a lot of expectations.
I know.
You've said a lot of things to the people of Osun State, and they have huge expectation, especially the youths.
Yes.
How do you hope to perform in such a way that you do not disappoint them?
Let me first of all tell the youth and the people of Osun State, I'm a go-getter. I don't know how I do it. When I say I want to do something, and I put my mind into it, God have a way of helping me out, and I will do it, one way or the other. So, for example, the youth, I keep telling them that agriculture is very, very important. A lot of people feel like agriculture maybe is, a lot of people, for example, in the US, they are farmers, and they are making money. When I was in the Senate, I introduced snail farming. Some of them I introduced them, I give them some money. They're not making money. They're now independent. They have it, all over there. And then you train them. We have a farm settlement that Babawolo was built and it has been abandoned. Look at our cocoa processing in Nede there, abandoned. So those are the type of things.
Are you going to revive all of those?
I will revive it.
How many jobs do you hope to generate through agriculture?
Well, the way I'm looking at it, because between 20 to 30,000, jobs, slowly, and like that they can come in. And of course, you invite investors.
In terms of agriculture, if there is one thing that you wish that Osun State should be known for, what would that be?
Cocoa. Cocoa is one that made the Western region to be popular. The first tallest building was built through cocoa. The Liberty Stadium, the first standard stadium in Africa, Liberty Stadium, radio station, everything. Cocoa, we have to do that because we export. We export cocoa to foreign, and then the proceed. We get it, especially the processing. And
you're hoping to establish a factory because a lot of the times.
No, we have a factory already.
That process cocoa.
That process cocoa in my town here.
What do they make out of it?
Well, they just abandon it. They process it during the time of Babalowo.
And you are hoping to revive that?
I hope to revive it. I will invite some private investors, and they will do it. We partner with them. Yes.
So cocoa. I mean, you will focus on cocoa.
Cocoa, and then what's it called? Food crops. Among other things, poultry, piggery, and all that.
Are you able to, because you don't necessarily have to be the brightest person.
Yeah.
If you have the leadership quality, but if you have the ability to bring to the table innovative and creative people to the table to help you in government, are you able to identify that I might be weak in some areas, but I have the insight to bring people or show people to the table to help you? Are you thinking in that direction?
Of course.
Are you identifying people already?
Yes, I'm thinking already. I have a blueprint. I cannot do it alone.
So you put round pegs in round holes.
Period.
That's what you are going to do?
That's what I'm going to do.
Are you identified those people already?
I'm doing it.
Who would you say is perhaps your right-hand person that you're working with, that you trust?
That I trust? Well, I have some people here, but I'm not going to mention their name. I don't want them to go and do something to them. I'm not going to mention their name. But I have them.
But Auntie Dugba is always with you. Your sister.
Auntie Dugba is I told you, is my mother.
Like a mother.
Like a mother to me. He's always advising me. But a lot of people, they just misinterpreted that, maybe when I get to the government, since we are so close, he's going to be telling me what to do. No, how can he tell me? He will advise me. And there's nothing wrong for someone to advise, a leader or a governor. And I will be a listening governor.
And you'll be a governor of your own color and shape and
big time
and quality.
You will
not be tossed around.
No, me. I'm very. Oh my God! You just don't know me. When you get to know me, you will believe that I have a man of my own.
Now, let's talk about education. What are you going to do? Are you satisfied with what is going on presently in terms of education? Perhaps improving it, or you leave it the way it is?
No, I have to improve it. I'm not satisfied. When PDP was there, we used to, be from 1 to 10 doing their
WAEC examination.
But now we are almost second to the last. So I will improve on that. If you don't have first of all, you have to look at the infrastructure. You have to look at infrastructure. Look at the environment of learning. You go to some school, ordinary grass is like this, mosquito. You go in there, the ceiling is leaking. Maybe if anytime there's rain, it will coming down on the student. That is not fair. Just little something that someone can do. No equipment.
You invest in education?
I will invest in education.
Would you build new schools?
Well, yes, I will build new school, but I will renovate the existing school that is there. Then library. We must make sure that the library that we used to have, make sure that library, then equip, put equipment there, train teachers, and encourage them, give them incentive. Apart from their salary, you give them incentive. When maybe they want to travel, holiday, blah, blah, like that. You give them incentive and make them happy so that they will be able to teach the student. Yes. And of course, technical school.
You have about 10 of that in Osun State.
Yes.
But some of them are moribund. Some of them are not working effectively.
That's why I'm going to improve it. And our own government is not going to be a government that you're just going to go and sit in the office. No way. I'm not going to be wearing agbada. Once I go like this, or put on my jeans, T-shirt, I'm gone.
How would you like to be referred to? Mr. Governor? Senator Adeleke? Governor Adeleke? How would you How do you think you like to be best referred to?
Well, I think people will decide. They might say, I'm governor-elect now.
Or Governor Jackson.
Some people love that name, Jackson. They say, hey, Jackson. If they say Governor Jackson.
Is it a coincidence that you love to dance and there is a Michael Jackson?
Let me tell you a story about that. And then later you pay for that. No, I mean, in my school days, there's my school that I first went is called Jacksonville State University. So during the time that I got to school in the 80s, 83 and all that, so Michael Jackson was the one reigning, the Michael Jackson family. Yeah. And then, of course, Michael Jackson. So
the Jackson 5.
Jackson 5, yes. So
Janet and the rest.
Jackson is not my real name. It was a nickname that just become my name like that. So dancing competition. And I love to dance. So I will go and sign in for dancing competition. I will beat everybody. And when it goes to the final, they said, so I will beat everybody and I will win a lot of prizes and everything. So the day that the president wanted to hand over money and the cup for me, so he was trying to pronounce my name. And he couldn't pronounce it very well. He said, Ademola. He said, you know what? Since you are number one here and you dance very well, I'm going to call you Jackson. So that was it.
And that's how you
stuck. That Jackson stuck. My certificate and everything like that. So everybody started calling me. My name, the one my parents gave me is Ademola Nuruddin Adeleke, period. And my mother and neighbor gave me Ifeanyi. But the three names that you can only have three names in your, what's it called? Maybe ID or whatever. Middle name, this and so. Ademola Nuruddin Adeleke. That's the name my father. My father is very smart. Nuruddin. Imole.
Which is good, isn't it?
Which is good.
It has helped you.
Big time. And that Imole is very, very spiritual.
Where did you get it from?
Okay, I will tell you. My father named me through my Christian Nuruddin. So in Quran, listen, my father was a Muslim and my mother was a Christian.
From Abia State?
From Abia State, Akwete, to be precise. So I've experienced both religion. So during my Senate election, so everybody was bringing so many ideas. It is Osun, this is and that, blah, blah. I said, okay, no problem. The next day that we're going to go for campaign, I will tell you which one I pick. And I pray a lot before I do something. So I go privately and pray. I say, God, I want to give a slogan to my campaign and what I want you to show me. Let me know. I slept off. 1 hour later, I just saw a big capital letter, Nuruddin. I said, Nuruddin. Am I going to be saying Nuruddin? What's that? So later, I saw Imole and light. I said, wait a minute, Imole, light. Oh, wait a minute. In Quran, Nuruddin means Imole.
Means light.
And it means light. And when light comes, darkness vanishes. So I said, wow, that's it. God has showed me what I'm going to use. So I went out to campaign that day. I think I remember in Bogon. So when I stood up, everybody was agitated. Oh, what is your guy going to say, this and that? And I just said, Imole de okuku parada. Timole bade kilo machele okuku parada. So when light comes, what happened? Darkness vanishes and it's stuck. So if you go around everywhere now, Imole, 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 Imole. Revolution.
Wow.
Yes, revolution.
Are you going to electrification projects since you are Imole?
Yes.
Since you are,
well, you see, our family.
What about electricity?
Our family is in that business.
That's an expensive commodity in the Nigerian economy.
Yes.
So are you hoping to be able to do something? It's usually in the federal government's
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Purview.
We have 4 electricity projects that we have on ground now. As well as we are the most generating electricity into the Nigerian grid. As
really?
I'm talking to you. Yeah.
As a family, you have companies.
Yeah, we have companies, Pacific Energy.
And so how do you hope to transpose that for Osun State?
Yes, with our partner and everything, we bring it because, Osogbo has this, is it grid of they call it?
Yeah.
Yes. So we tap from that. I'm already talking to people, even let me tell you something. Governor of Edo State, we already started talking that he wants us to do something, about that. So we're going to do something on that too.
So you're promising the people of Osun State stable 24-hour electricity?
It might not be 24 hours, because I'm not going to lie. It's not easy to get 24 hours now, but what I'm saying, constant electricity. But there's nothing wrong with 24 hours. It could be done. It could be achievable. But we try from, somewhere, to have stable electricity.
Now, the economy of this state, how do you hope to change things around? How do you hope to generate income, the IGR? What are your plans? What are you thinking in that direction?
Like I said before, to generate an IGR, we will invest in agriculture. Agriculture is going to be that, the priority. We will invest in agriculture because, you see, we have a fertile land in Osun State. Anything can grow, even lemon. Lemon can grow here in Nigeria. Then I can invite, the Zimbabwean, they are very good in farming. We invite them to come and invest here. So agriculture is going to be one of the our agenda to improve, of course, our economy and bring investors.
And it's a very huge backlog of old pension and salaries, which it's even transcends this immediate administration of Governor Oyetola. There's been a lot of backlog.
Yeah.
Now, you are going to be inheriting some part of that.
Of course.
How do you hope not to offend pensioners who government are owing already, or workers do you plan not to owe workers' salaries?
Okay. Well, like I said before, paying salary, I don't think that's an achievement. If people work, you must pay them. It's what you bring on the table, like the economy, IGR, improve your IGR, that's what you can call your achievement. When I was debating with Governor Oyetola, outgoing governor, he said, I pay salary. I said, please. Paying salary, I don't like it. It's not an achievement. What have you brought into the Have you improved the economy?
Maybe in the backdrop, if people are being owed salaries, a lot of several months of unpaid salaries, it could be an achievement. It made the lives of those people better. Their families will be happy that they're bringing money back home.
Well, to me, I will not say it's an achievement. If you improve the economy, if you improve your IGR, you are bringing in money, everything is flowing and everything. That's what I would call, achievement. It was what was it called? Chief of Staff for 8 years. In fact, they said he was the one that introduced that half salary. But what I will do is that I will work with the pensioner, the retiree. We will sit down and have a meeting. Like, okay, these are the money they are owing you and everything. Why they cannot pay them is that a lot of our money are going outside.
What do you mean by going outside?
What I mean is outside is that a lot of our money, they will take it to Lagos or somewhere. So I will block that leakages. The problem is that when somebody wants to run for government, you go and borrow something here, or you have one godfather who will borrow you money. At the end of the day, you'll be paying debt. You will not be able to do anything anymore. So it's not right. So I will block all those leakages. And of course, there are so many intelligent people in Osun here. We will do direct labor. It can be done. For the next 3 years, do direct labor, fix the road, infrastructure, and all that. And then, what's it called? What am I trying to say?
You're talking about improving the economy, salaries.
Improving the economy. So I will call the pensioner, say, look, you're going to be open. This is where they owe you. I'm going to start. So by blocking all those leakages, I will have a lot of money to make sure I can even use some of the, because what's it called, security vote too. Because that's part of, I can either turn it around and then, if we schedule our debt, and all that, and then paying them Until something will come up and then...
because you're going to inherit some debt also.
I know, I will. Because government is a continuous process.
Does that scare you?
And I'm not scared. I'm not scared about it.
Will you be borrowing?
Well, if I'm going to borrow, I will utilize it. If like grant and everything. Well, grant, if you get grant, it's not that, that one is not much borrowing, but I prefer to get grant to fix the road or to do grant on education and all that. I will avoid, involved because already we've been indebted. We've been indebted a lot. So
now, there are some key phrases that will resonate with the people of Osun State when they remember or when they hear some of these phrases. It means something to them. And as the new governor, they would like to know what this means or how you react to some of these phrases. First is the issue of security.
Yes.
This phrase, I mean, security is a major issue.
It's a major
How do you react to that kind of phrase? What does it mean to you? What would you do?
Okay. Well, when I was in the Senate, I pushed out a motion on community policing, and of course talking about state, police, and so that community policing is very, very important. When I was growing up, even in another year, there's neighborhood watch, so they call it community policing. So we see all the hunters, horders, and everything like that. By 9, 10 o'clock, they block the road, and they make sure they check you, where are you going, this and that. So that community policing will be back again. I will through the help of our obas and everything, because everybody know each other in that neighborhood. So if a strange person comes, they used to do that even in America too. They call it neighborhood watch. Everybody knows each other and everything. You can arrest, you can do this and everything. So that, community policing, I will bring it back, and what's it called? And then to make sure federal government cannot do it alone, I will make sure that I buy some equipment, for the police. I will have joint task force with police, army, what's it called? Civil defense, even Amotekmo. But I will retrain, Amotekmo. I will make sure that they are well equipped. People who have gone through training for security, I will train them too and everything like that. So all those ones, they will join, together so that our bank will have rest of mind. Now some bank will close at 12 o'clock because they are scared of armed robber and everything like that. So we will train them, put some army, put them together. They'll be joint tax force. I don't know the name that we will give them, but later we come up with that. So security is very, very important. Even for the investors to come in, you must assure them that their life will be safe, security will be safe, buy them equipment, and like I said, I'm still talking about like the surveillance. That's why I asked Governor, where is our helicopter? Because you owe the Osun people to tell us that is what you call accountability. Where is our helicopter? You cannot tell us it's in Port Harcourt where?
What would you do to the helicopter?
Huh?
What would you do to the helicopter?
We use it for surveillance.
Would you sell it to buy a new one? Or
well, I don't know the condition of the helicopter. But we're gonna let's see. I don't know. We have to find out what really happened to the helicopter. But if it's in good shape, we said they are fixing it. I hope it's in good shape. It's very good for surveillance. Because if you see maybe if any robbery or something is going on here, once they see helicopter, surveying the area and everything, they will just run away because you can't hit from the top there. So surveillance is very, because that's my area as a criminologist.
Okay.
As an expert in security.
So another very important or one phrase that will also mean something to the people of Osun State is the word unemployment. what would you have to say specifically to the issue of unemployment? When the people of Osun State hears that word and they're hoping that you will react to that kind of word, what would you like to tell them?
I would tell them that we make sure we create jobs, because I think unemployment has increased, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure I'm by 96% unemployment. That is terrible. It's going to take a lot of work. I know I have a lot of work cut out for me. So on that unemployment, we create more jobs, including agriculture too. Including agriculture. We will, bring it in. When you create more jobs, then a lot of people will start, getting jobs. Can you imagine the present administration, I spoke about it during the debate. They asked people to come and collect form, and they collected money from them. Collected money from poor people. They said they will give 30,000, job, maybe to teachers, to this and that. They collected money. Within the line, 2 years, only 1,000. The rest is that they collected their money. That is not fair. That's why I said, if you want to be a leader or a governor or wherever where you are, you must have a fear of God.
I'd like to ask you, after this victory, what is next?
Next is to promise my Osun people that voted for me. First of all, Osun, I love you. You voted for me in 2018, and I told you that I'm coming back so that we can work together to retrieve your stolen mandate. And you have retrieved your stolen mandate yesterday. I love you so much. I thank you. And I promise you, I will not disappoint you. All my campaign promises, I will fulfill it, and I will make life better for Osun. Osun money will stay in Osun. Everything that I've said that I will do, God help me. I will do it for you. I will not disappoint you, Osun people.
As we close this conversation, I would like to ask you, after being the governor of Osun State, or trying to enter into office as the governor of Osun State, what would you say you would like to leave as a mark in the life of the people, or the kind of legacy you would like to leave for Osun people?
I would like to leave a legacy that improve the lives of Osun people. I have to leave a mark that Osun is great again in terms of close the gap so that the unemployment will be reduced, so that we'll not be having a lot of kids running around the street. And I have to leave a mark of entertainment culture in our state, so that they will remember. And I have to leave a mark that education is very, very important. And I will leave a mark because I will declare state of emergency on education, infrastructure, and what else? Both education, infrastructure, and agriculture. So declare a state of emergency, So, and of course, I would like to leave a mark that if you go to hospital, state hospital, that is our primary, they call it secondary, but that's our focus in the state. All the state hospitals. I have one, state hospital near us here. I went there, I visited them, no drugs, no personnel, no doctor. If somebody is sick that doesn't even have any money, if you go there, you know how many people that have died because of common malaria drug, they don't have it there. So we will do something on that, health, make sure that you have personnel, make sure you have doctors, nurses, and everything. And then let it be functional. Ordinary borehole, make sure you have electricity there. Ordinary net, mosquito net. Make sure that you have it there, And then clean environment. It's very, very important. That you are taking somebody that is sick to the hospital, and you go there, the environment is not clean, the toilet is dirty. So when you get there, you get more sick. So we will have to look into that. We have to put a mark that when I leave, they say, oh, it did, do this for us and all that. But I can assure you, Osun people, I bring you good tidings.
Senator, Ademola Nuruddin Adeleke, the executive governor-elect of Osun State. Congratulations once again, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right.
Well, that's our show for tonight, everyone. I hope you enjoy every bit of it. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm Sean Kimale. Bye-bye.